Hi and welcome. This is Jared, the founder of LottoEdge. Something that drives me crazy is seeing people buying lottery tickets hoping to win big, but they just bought a game they should have absolutely avoided. You might have even done this yourself and not even known it. Well, today I'm going to be talking about scratch off games to avoid and share 3 tips on how to identify games to avoid and why. So today though, I'm going to be talking about games that you're chasing the top prizes, but you can always use these tips if you're chasing other prizes like $100,000 or even $10,000. But for all the examples today, we'll be talking about grand prizes. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So tip number 1 is you're going to want to avoid games if there are no top prizes remaining. Now this seems like a no-brainer, but most states will continue to sell scratch-off games even after all the top prizes have been claimed. This was actually one of the reasons I built LottoEdge. It was my frustration that state lotteries were still selling games where you had no chance of winning the grand prize. So let me show you a quick way to identify those games where you have no chance of winning a top prize because there's no top prizes left. So here I'm on LottoEdge.com, and under our scratch off section, I'm going to go to scratch off rankings. And our scratch off rankings, if you haven't been here before, it's going to give you a list of all the different rankings that we have for scratch off games. And you can change the ranking right here under our ranking section. So under our free section, there's a ranking called no top prizes remaining, and that's the one we're going to be looking at today. I'm also going to filter by our state, and I'll just choose Florida here so that we don't have too much data that we're working with. By the way, if you forget how to use any of these rankings, you can always check out our how to use section. Just give you some tips on how to use each ranking. Okay, so for Florida here, we have currently 4 games that are still being sold in Florida that have no top prizes remaining. So let me go ahead and click on one here, Double Your Money, and I can see here there's a top prize of $500,000 and there are no top prizes remaining. So if I was chasing a top prize or if I was chasing a $500,000 prize, this is a game I'm going to want to avoid because there are no prizes still left. All right, let's go ahead and move on to tip number 2, and that's going to be skip games where the top prize has been claimed recently. So if you're chasing a top prize of say $1 million and it was just claimed a week ago, it's not very likely to hit again soon. So you should be looking for a game where the top prize might be due to hit, and it's just not going to hit on these tickets since they just hit recently. So let me show you a ranking where you can quickly find the games where the top prize was claimed recently. Again, under our ranking section, we have a ranking under premium, and that's called top prize hit recently. And what that's going to do is going to show us a list from most recent to the oldest of games where a top prize was hit. I'm actually going to skip over these first few here because just looking, I can tell the top prize is like a $500 prize, and those are expected to hit every day. But looking at this one here, I see the top prize is $1 million, and it was just claimed one day ago. So if I'm chasing a top prize, these are games I'm going to want to avoid as well because they're not very likely to hit again soon. Let me show you something cool though, a quick side note here. We actually have another ranking under premium here, and it's called the top prize last hit. And this is actually the opposite of a top prize claim recently. So this is basically take that list and flip it over. So these are the games where it's been the longest time since a top prize was hit. So in this case here, the last time we tracked National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation hitting the top prize was over 700 days ago. I always like to go in and look at the data here, and I can see though, even though it's been under our prize claim table about over 700 days since it hit, they're not selling many tickets each day. They're selling right now 97 tickets a day that we estimate. So it's not moving very quickly, and that's probably why it's taken so long for this prize to hit. So it's always good to check this list, see which prizes. It's been a long time since it's hit, but I always like to go in and take a look at the extra data or even confirm it with another ranking. I don't know, it's just something fun to check out where some of these prizes have been out there for so long. In this case, almost 2 years. So, all right, so let's take a look here and let's take a look at tip number 3. And our tip number 3 here is play the games with the best odds of winning. Again, this seems like a no-brainer, but most people just pick a game that looks attractive or it's the newest game. And we always recommend have a prize target in mind and find the games with the best odds to win those prizes. So let's assume here that we want to win a top prize, something of $1 million and up. So what I want to do is go and find the ranking that's going to tell me which games have the best odds of winning that prize. And if you go down, check out, we have tons of rankings available. And there is one here that's going to tell me the games with the best odds of hitting $1 million and up prizes. So in the state of Florida, what I'm going to see here is the game with the best odds of winning, making me a millionaire, is going to be this game here with the odds of about 184,000 currently. But maybe I don't want to play a $50 game, so I can always filter on ticket price or keep scrolling. And I see here number 3 on the list is a $20 ticket, and the odds are 1 in 521,000. The next $20 ticket, the odds are 1.5 times worse of winning a $1 million plus prize than they are on Gold Rush Limited. So if I was chasing that, wanting to play a $20 ticket, that's a game I would want to check out. So one thing I want you to remember, even though the games we went over are games that we're saying, hey, let's avoid these games, but that's if you're chasing a top prize. So someone chasing another prize level, some of these games could be the perfect game for them. Maybe their target was hitting a $50,000 prize or a $10,000 prize, and maybe those prizes were overdue on one of these tickets. So it's one of the things I love about LottoEdge is we have lots and lots of data, and there's not just one way to play it. There's tons of ways to look at the data and find your own edge at playing. All right, we appreciate you tuning in, and we hope to help. Have a good one.